Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. So today I'm going to teach you how to set up Node.js. Well, basically how to set up a web server on Node.js. Node.js is very easy to install. You don't need a video for that. And I'm going to teach you about packages and NPM, which is Node Package Manager. Very easy to use, and why you should use Node.js. Honestly, it's just awesome. That's my explanation to it. I currently love Node.js. I didn't use it much at first, but now I love it. I even love it more than PHP, even though they're different things. Okay, so first let's get started. If you go here to nodejs.org, you can download whichever version you want. I currently have this version. I don't know why or what's the difference between them. I have this version, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna create a folder. It's gonna be an empty folder, and you're gonna go to it through your CMD, which is the command prompt. If you don't know that, I don't know. So after you go to the command prompt, you're gonna do npm init. npm comes with Node.js whenever you install it, so you don't have to worry about installing that on your own. However, when you install Node.js, npm might not be in the path, so check if it's in the path. If it is, then you might have to restart if it doesn't work the first time. So do npm init, and that will start our package.json, which is going to contain the information of our application. So the name of our application is going to be web server. This cannot have any caps, like any capitalized letters in it. It's going to be, the version is going to be 1.0.0, which is the default. Description, basic web server. Entry point, that is important. That is going to be the first file to run, and that is going to basically run everything else. So you can name it whatever you want. I prefer to have it as server.js, and the test command is going to be empty, no git, no keywords, no author, and no license. And as you can see here, you have an application web server at the version number. If we go ahead and go to our Visual Studio Code, which is, by the way, written in Node.js using Electron. If we go here, you can see that I already opened this package.json. This was manually created by npm init. So I want to change something here. I want to change test to start. That is gonna be nodemon or nodemon or whatever you want to call it. And in your command prompt, because you probably don't have this, I'm gonna clear this just for a second. npm npm install -g, and then you're gonna do nodemon, which basically watches your code, and whenever you make a change, it restarts the server that you're running, because you have to restart the server every time you change your code in order to see the changes. So I already have it, so I'm not gonna do that. But if you run it, it should take like, I don't know, like not even a minute, like 20 seconds probably, and it didn't even take me that long. So if you go ahead and create our server.js, now in here, I'm gonna require something called HTTP, which comes with Node.js. It comes by default with it. So I'm just gonna do a constant, actually, not a variable. Constant HTTP equals require, and require is a function from Node.js. It's not in plain JavaScript. And you can do HTTP. If I do variable server equals http.create server, and in here I'm gonna do an arrow function, because why not? And I'm gonna give that a request and the response. Now I'm gonna do response.write, and I'm gonna write in here hello world. Gonna do response.end. Now this is not ready yet because you can't see it in the browser. You gotta do server.listen, and you're gonna do a port number here. I'm just gonna make a variable right now, name it port, and if I do this, I want it to be on port 3000. Alright, so now if we run that, that should work. And if you navigate to the port 3000, if I go to localhost 3000, which is not ready yet because I haven't ran npm start, this is how you run the scripts you make, by the way. So starting node server.js, as you can see, it started. If you go here to localhost 3000, you see hello world, which is what we just sent. However, this is a little bit complex. So why are we using this? Because if you want to actually send in an HTML document, you have to do this: doc type HTML response.write HTML. You get the drift of it, and that takes a long time. And so why are we doing this? Let's just delete all that, and I want to do something. I'm gonna install a dependency called Express. Now Express is basically gonna handle all our routing and stuff like that. So let's do npm install. You can also abbreviate it by just doing I. You can do it globally, but you're gonna have to do it for the app too. I'm gonna do Express npm install Express, and I'm gonna do -- save or -save. I'm just gonna do that -- save for now, and that will add it to our package.json. So if I do this here and this here, if I do that, you'll see it pop up here whenever this is done. So just wait for it for a second. As you can see, it just popped up here, and here you see this. I think it's called a caret. Anyway, so this tells package.json to use version 4.15.2 or higher. You can also do an asterisk, which is this. That will tell to use the latest version available. But you might not want to do that because stuff gets deprecated from version to version and stuff change. So here, let's rewrite this. It's very easy. So if I do constant express equals require express. And also there's something you didn't see happen here, but if I refresh this, you can see we have a node modules now, and you can see express here. So when I do this, this is basically just going here, going to library, and it's running express.js. It's getting express.js. And we're not going to touch this folder because we don't want to mess anything up. So let me just close this real quick. So now I can do var app. That's going to be an instance of express. Actually, let's make that constant. App equals express. And I can make a port 3000, and I can do app dot listen, I think. Yeah, you can do app dot listen port, but here we're gonna do app dot use request and response, and we're gonna do response dot send file. I think, yeah, it should be send file. Send file, and this is gonna have to include something called path. So it will require path, and we're gonna do here path dot join, and we're gonna do dir name, which is the name of the directory, and we're gonna join it with app slash views slash index.html. And you don't have to do response.end here. So actually, let me just do this real quick. Change this to get, and this is gonna be okay. So as you can see here, app.get. So basically, when we ever get a GET request on the localhost main page at the port 3000, which is the port that we just put here, we're gonna have a request and a response, and we're gonna send the file, and the file is gonna be path.join dir name, which is directory name, which is this directory that we're in right now. Let me just create a new folder called app. Actually, I need this app, and in the app folder, I'm gonna create a new folder called views. And in this, we're gonna have our index.html. And you can use whatever you want. You can use handlebars, you can use anything, but I'm not making a full app right now, so I'm not gonna use anything. So in this, let me just do h1 using, okay, what happened there? Index.html. I don't know why I made that caps. Okay. So if we restart this, npm start, let's go ahead and go here using index.html, and that works like a charm. You can also do something and console log connected to port, so you can know when you are connected to a port. Okay, this is not going to be 3000, it's going to be port, sorry. So as you can see, connected to port 3000 here. You go here, you're fresh. Okay, and I'm not sure if you can see the potential here, but you can make really powerful web apps. So if I go back here, and if I close this, let me just show here. Okay, if you include Angular within here, for instance, and you include MongoDB, and this is basically what creates a mean stack, which is called a MongoDB, Express, Angular, and Node. And this makes a very powerful app. There's also something called Electron that I'm going to be covering soon. Electron basically lets you make desktop applications using Node.js. So just imagine the possibilities if you combine the mean stack with Electron. You can make very powerful desktop applications. Alright, thank you for watching. This is going to be it for this video. I'm going to have the source code for this on a GitHub page, and I'm going to have it in the description down below. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.